So we are back on the Odd Council, and I just have to say it right up front, things have just taken a very, very serious turn for Mara.
Yeah, I mean, that is putting it mildly, honestly.
Right. So, okay, put yourself in her shoes for a second.
Yeah.
It is Thursday morning. She is just standing in her kitchen, still in her pajamas, just waiting for the kettle to boil.
Just a completely normal, mundane start to the day.
Exactly. The TV is just playing the morning news in the background, making noise. And then the broadcast breaks the story. Felix Arndt, the internal auditor from her office, his body has been found.
Wait, found where?
The police literally pulled him out of the Donna Canal.
The river, oh my God. But wait, hang on a second. Didn't the office send out that huge all-staff announcement on Wednesday saying he passed away from a medical emergency?
Yes, exactly. They did. But, I mean, let us be real here. A sudden medical emergency does not end with you being fished out of a freezing river by the police.
No. No, it definitely does not. That is insane.
Right. So this is a massive reality check because it is now officially a murder investigation. The police are involved, and the financial regulator is actively monitoring the developments.
Wow. So it went from an HR tragedy to a full-blown criminal case overnight.
Exactly. And think about what this means for you if you are Mara just sitting there in your kitchen.
I would be absolutely freaking out.
Because it hits her right then and there. She is the only person who knows what actually happened. It is no longer just this horrible, shady thing she witnessed. She is holding a secret about a murder.
I mean, my instinct would be to lock the door, pull the blinds, and just hide under the bed. How is she even functioning?
That is the crazy part, because she realizes the sheer massive scale of this cover-up.
Yeah.
Right? So she actually puts the kettle down, gets dressed, and marches straight into work.
You are kidding? She goes to the office the morning after her colleague is found murdered.
She goes right in. I guess she figures if she stays home, it looks suspicious.
I suppose that makes sense, but still, walking into that environment, knowing what she knows, that takes some serious nerve.
Oh, and the environment is a total nightmare.
Yeah.
She walks in, and the whole office is just buzzing. Everyone has seen the news. People are clustered together, whispering. It is pure chaos.
Yeah, I bet nobody is actually getting any work done.
Nobody. Mara just keeps her head down and goes straight to her desk trying to be invisible. But almost immediately, Sarah comes over with some fresh intel.
Oh, of course. There is always the office gossip who knows everything first. What does she say?
Sarah tells her that the FMA, the financial regulator, has already sent a preliminary inquiry to the compliance department. They are asking about Felix's open audit cases.
Oh, wow. So the regulators are already sniffing around. Do they know what they're looking for?
That is the terrifying part. Nobody knows exactly what the FMA wants. They are just digging.
Which means the tension in that office must be through the roof.
It is off the charts. But while everyone else is panicking, the real danger literally just walks right up to Mara's desk, Dorian. And he is completely calm, just totally unbothered.
Really? With a murder investigation on the news and the FMA breathing down their necks.
He does not have a single hair out of place. He walks over, puts a folder down on her desk, and just casually assigns her a portfolio reconciliation for the Hartwell and Brenner accounts. Says it is due by the end of the day.
Wait, does he even mention Felix? Or the news? Or the river?
Not a single word.
You have got to be kidding me.
Nothing. He just drops the mundane assignment and walks away.
Yeah.
But as Mara starts working through the task, she realizes what he actually just handed her.
Oh no, what is it?
He gave her perfectly clean, controlled files.
Clean files. But wait, didn't she already find huge discrepancies in the ledger earlier?
Exactly. She knows the real numbers are completely messed up, but the files Dorian just gave her. There is absolutely nothing in them that shows those discrepancies.
Oh my God. He curated the data.
Yes. It is completely engineered to produce a clean result. It is designed to look like she did proper, rigorous due diligence and found zero issues.
That is such a sick psychological game. I mean, he is actively managing what she sees.
And he is forcing her to sign off on it.
It is a loyalty test. He is basically saying, here is a mundane Thursday task. Let us see if you are going to play along or cause a problem.
Exactly. It is a trap disguised as boring paperwork. So she knows she is cornered, she works through it, produces the clean report he wants, and then she has to walk into the lion's den to deliver it.
Oh man, my stomach is dropping just thinking about that walk to his office.
Right, so she walks in, hands him the folder. Dorian takes it, slowly looks through the report, puts it down on his desk, and then casually looks up and says, "Terrible business, Felix."
Just out of nowhere.
Just drops it like he is talking about the weather, and then he drops the absolute hammer.
What does he say?
He looks her dead in the eye and asks, You were in the office Tuesday night, weren't you?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I would have thrown up right there. Tuesday night is when Felix was killed.
Exactly. Mara's heart basically drops through the floor. But somehow she manages to keep her face completely still. She does not flinch.
How? I would be visibly shaking. What does she even say to him? Because if she denies it, he probably has the security logs, right?
Exactly. She cannot lie about being there. So she tells him the truth, but, not the whole truth. She gives him this perfect half-truth.
Okay, I am listening. What is the story?
She looks right back at him and says, "Yes. Hendrik called me after hours and asked for the Aldenberg report. So I came in, found the file on the server, emailed it to him, and left." And then she adds, "It took about 20 minutes, more or less."
Oh, wow. That is brilliant.
Right.
Yeah, because it is verifiable. If Dorian checks the keycards or the email servers, her story perfectly matches the digital footprint. She shrinks her entire presence that night down to 20 minutes of boring admin work.
Exactly. She gives him an innocent reason for being in the building that completely checks out.
And how does he react? Does he buy it?
Well, he just sits back in his chair, looks at her for a second, and then says, "Good work on the reconciliation." And he just lets her walk out.
He just lets her go. Just like that.
That's like that. But the second she is out of his sight, the moment she is standing alone in the corridor, the adrenaline completely leaves her body. Her hands start shaking violently.
Oh, I believe it. The sheer terror of that interaction catching up with her.
Yeah, and she is shaking because she realizes something terrifying. There were really only two options here.
Right. Either he completely believed her little cover story,
Which is scary enough.
or he is terrifyingly good at pretending he did. And if it is the second option, he's just lowering her guard.
Both options are a total nightmare, so she just has to endure the rest of the day. But when she finally gets out of there and gets on the tram ride home, that is when the cognitive overload clears. Everything finally clicks into place.
Like all the puzzle pieces coming together.
Yes, all of it. Into this one terrifying picture. She thinks about the Aldenberg account discrepancies. She thinks about Felix's hard drives being completely wiped.
The clean reconciliation files she was forced to sign.
Yes. And that direct question Dorian asked her with that calm little smile on his face. You were in the office Tuesday night, weren't you?
It is all connected. He orchestrated the whole thing.
She knows it. She gets home, walks into her apartment, opens her desk drawer, and she picks up that button she found on the carpet near Felix's office.
Oh, man. The physical evidence.
And as she is holding it, all the maybes just completely evaporate. She is not guessing anymore. She knows exactly what happened, and she knows exactly who did it.
The absolute certainty of it must be so heavy, because what do you even do with that?
That is the thing, right? She is totally boxed in, which actually brings us to the core debate of this whole situation, and I really want to know what you think.
Okay, lay it on me.
Dorian just sat across from Mara, looked her dead in the eye, smiled, and let her walk out of his office.
So my question for you, and for everyone listening, is this. Is a man like Dorian letting her go because he genuinely believes her 20-minute cover story? Or did he let her walk out because he already has a plan for her?
Oh, he absolutely has a plan. Men like him do not leave loose ends. He is just waiting for the right moment. But, maybe I am just being paranoid.
No, I think that is a very valid read on him. He is so calculated. But we genuinely want to know what you, the listeners, think about this. Drop your answers and your theories in the comments.
Yes, please do. I need to know if I am the only one who thinks she is still in massive danger.
We read all of them, so definitely weigh in. And I promise you, episode 4 is coming, and you absolutely do not want to miss what happens next because things escalate even further.
I don't even know if my nerves can handle it, to be honest.
Well, we will find out together. Thank you so much for tuning into The Odd Counsel. See you on the next episode.